It is now time for Mic Check, and making a return for a second week in a row, Anthony. Our very special guest is on the line, so you go ahead and do the introduction. Mic Check is brought to you by Groovin in the Park. Go ahead.
Well, Rascal, this morning, or as you said, our special guest on Mic Check is again Sultan Ali, the son of legendary ska originator Prince Buster. And of course, Prince Buster is credited with changing the face of Jamaica's music and inspiring generations of ska revivalists, as well as producing greats like Tootsie Bert and paving the way for international reggae. And last week, of course, spoke to Ali about his career and his music. We also spoke to him about his father's music. We're talking about Prince Buster. And at the tail end of the interview, he started to talk about some of the musical rivalry that existed at the time with his dad and others in the music industry. And to put things in perspective, I want to say that long before Don Gorgon, Ninja Man dreamt of challenging Shabba in a musical clash, or even before Bounty Killer took his first verbal jab at Beenie Man, there was the Derek Morgan and Prince Buster rivalry. That rivalry too held the attention of a then newly independent Jamaica in the 60s. It was a contest that paved the way for clashes that have been part of the dancehall culture. And let's set the record straight here. We're not promoting or advocating clashes. This was part of our music history in the 60s that led to some great songs like Oh Carolina, Blackhead Chinaman, Blazing Fire, Praise and No Raise, which of course influenced Derek Morgan to record No Praise, No Raise. It also led to great performances from our great stars of yesteryear. What's important is that while the Derek Morgan Prince Buster standoff was intense, the combatants were in fact friends. So there you have it, our very special guest this morning, of course, Sultan Ali.
Before we say ska greetings to Sultan Ali, take a listen to this. Sultan Ali. Voice of Sultan Ali right here on Mic Check, Groovin Radio.
When we first started out, people filled our minds with doubt. They claim we're not good for each other.
That's what they said.
But through all the hurt and pain, so strong this love remains, taking us through the good, the bad, the sun, the rain. Now I'm totally committed to you, baby.
And so we say ska greetings to the one and only Mr. Sultan Ali. Welcome back to Groovin Radio, sir.
Thank you very much. Peace and greetings to all my friends and family in the tri-state, of course, to the East Coast. Thank you guys for having me, Mr. Breadman, Mr. Turner, of course, Rascal, and all my family in the East Coast.
Yes, man. Ska greetings, Anthony.
Good morning.
Welcome.
You have a lot of friends.
Anthony, Anthony, hold on, man. It's ska greetings. Sure, one thing, Anthony. So, Sultan, as we welcome you back this morning to Groovin Radio, you know, it's amazing. After last week's Saturday morning conversation, I met with a gentleman on Monday, Anthony, and people are taking these things really, really to heart, that we're doing this and what we're doing and highlighting, like the work of a Prince Buster. And it is amazing that how many people have reached out to me over the course of the week, Sultan, to just say that your dad has contributed so much to our music, and we should not let it go unnoticed. And again, I welcome you back this morning, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. You know, boy, Anthony and Breadman, when you look at the work, as I said last week, of Mr. Prince Buster, and at the end of the interview, Anthony, you know, which you mentioned in your opening monologue there, we talk about Prince Buster and even the rivalry that he had with Derek Morgan and their contribution. And it was done respectfully. It's not like what you're seeing today in the dance hall. Share with us what you know about those days, Sultan Ali.
Well, I tell you what, like I explained to you before, my father was a producer for Derek Morgan back in the early days. Mm-hmm. He wasn't, he started off working with Cox and Duke, then he went and ventured to his own venture because, again, as a visionary, you So you got to lead your path. You got to start small. You got to think big. And he had this big idea what he wanted to do and everything, and he pumped it out. So Derek Muller was one of his artists, but Mr. Beverly's had a little more money. You know, being a black man, we always started from zero scratch, at the bottom of the totem pole, but hey, we rise to the top. So he was paying Derek Morgan about £10 a side of song. So Mr. Beverly's from the production company at North Street and Orange Street. He wanted to get into the music business. He spoke to Mr. Lester Sterling and his dad. You know, these oriental people, they are entrepreneurs. And he had a little bit of money, and he said, listen, I'm going to get in this business. And he just said, listen, I'm just going to up the ante. Buster, Ox and Juke paying £10 a side. I'm going to pay £20 a side. So Derek Morgan flew to camp. Yeah? And then he took some of my father's musicians to go try to copy the scat thing and everything. So that's how it happens. Right. But I must say this. The rivalry, like I said, is a legendary rivalry, over 50-something odd years. And it was 2 years ago, I was invited to the Derek Morgan tribute in Fort Lauderdale. Right. My father been at a show for about 4.5 years now. And all the greats were there. You name it. Stranger Cole was there. Eric Monty Morris, the Cables, Clarence Donans, Peter Austin, even your local friend, Mr. Keelan Beckford, was on the bill. Wow. David Dobson. And at the end of the show, Mr. Derek Morgan came out to close the show, and I was called on stage, and we had that rivalry. There's a videotape out there with me and Mr. Derek Morgan going at it on the stage. Wow. Like a tiny man's blazing fire. Trust me, it's out there. That's a legendary multi-million-dollar video clip if they decide to release that clip. It was an awesome show. Wow. They would be like, oh, it's Prince Buster's son and blah, blah. But I think that night they got the shock of their life, you know? I'm Prince Buster's son, but not limited to Prince Buster. Not limited. I'm my own performing my own right, so all of them got a shock of their life and everything. So that video's out there. So if you get time to see that video, the really that video, Derek Morgan, not Prince Buster, Prince Buster's son, representing the father. And they had it. They got it that night.
Wow, wow. You know, Anthony, when you listen to all a song like Judge Dredd, why, you know, you go back to those days. Take a listen to this song, ladies and gentlemen. The work of the one and only, the legendary this man was very creative. I mean, when you listen to a song like Judge Dredd, I mean, just think about the timing of these songs.
Yes, definitely. You know what I really like about his music? I said it last week. I said there's a little comedic element to a lot of your father's music. And I'm wondering, in the days that we live in right now, a lot of musicians that are trying to really get some exposure, they do music that they throw it on YouTube. It's very easy to get the music out there. In those times, I think you mentioned it a little bit last week that your father was one of the pioneers in the jukebox business. What did that? Do you remember? Was that any of the influence of why he made his music in this comedic way? Because I could see people spending money punching to play the song, and then the song done and play it again.
Yes. Well, like I said, my father was influenced by the people who preceded him. For example, Mr. Louis Bennett, Mr. Randy Williams. I thought I was in a movie with Randy Williams, good friend of the family and everything. And those people were committed. Those people were, to me, still one of the greatest icons. I don't think they got the respect and the adulation and recognition that they deserve. So he mixed the comedic, so to speak, but then again, softens the blows, because these things was happening real in Kingston. There's a lot of killing was happening back in Kingston.
Right.
Back in those days. It was rough times. He grew up in Western Kingston. So being from Western Kingston, my father was born on 145 Orange Street, 45 and a half Orange Street. So he had to put, like, because he came to prominence now, because you are much more than what you are. To whom much is given, much is required. So coming from the lowly class people, right to the top, he owed us a sense of responsibility to the community, to the business venture, to the social, the economical, and the social development of the whole Western Kingston, because he was like the mayor of Western Kingston, believe it or not. Everybody know who he was. Went from the store to the back down King Street, and trust me, it took us like 2 hours to walk down the street, because every second somebody called, Prince, the bus driver, the King Cat, man, you name it, trust me. So he was like the person, so he had the voice and the platform, so to bring some kind of homeostasis, balance within the fraction of the political and the PNP party, and say, listen, we are one people, let's not be divisive. I mean, let's throw it out and come to a common factor so we can have a thriving economy and we can build our people, because we are proud nationalistic people. So the comedic element when Judge read it was not only telling them to listen, you got to stop this unnecessary killing and stuff, but to give them a sense of hope and say, listen, I am from you and I'm not doing that. So if I can rise from the bottom, you too, just aspire, and inspiration leads to aspiration. So it was all a win-win.
When you look at the landscape of the music then, and you look at who so-called had a few dollars, I mean, did they all look like us? The ones with a little bit more money than us?
No.
What?
Because remember, we came in out of slavery. And sometimes, when they say independence, I have a second thought about it. But economically, after slavery and everything, you might have left the plantation physically, but your mind was still enslaved. And so to this day, a lot of them are still enslaved. So my father was like influenced by the great Marcus Garvey. Again, another mentorship that I utterly respect and everything, and that's why he got lined up with Honorable Light, Malcolm X and everything, and start doing stuff that the average people think he could not do, because they think because you're black, you got to stay back. But let me tell the whole world, everything started in darkness.
Right.
Let there be light.
Right.
So once you know the truth, see, education is one thing, truth is another. Like I told my sister who was a nurse in Florida, life gives you tests, and out of that test comes lesson. In the so-called traditional school set up by Mr. John Dewey, they give you a lesson plan, a subject matter, a syllabus. Then out of that, they give you a test. Life and school are diametrically opposed. The reality is, we are the top. We are the head. We are not the bottom. My father founded that long time. That's why when Chris Blackwell was dominating the jukebox business, and Mr. Chen and Mr. This was just dominating, he ventured into the jukebox business, and I walked around Kingston for years with a whole bunch of teas like I was a jail in my waistline, going to all parts of Kingston, taking out the money, putting the money. So I'm saying, I was like, wow, look at that, that's Buster Little son. But he did a lot of things that was unprecedented, because he freed his mind. He's a mental slave from slavery. You got to click that and fix it. It's very difficult. It's not impossible. But we got to come to that lift. And might I say this, and since I am on your subject, Mr. Usain Bolt, I must give all the J3A people big enough respect, a shout out for what they've done to the Olympics back to back. I mean, triple, we call it 100.
Triple.
Yeah, triple and everything, and Miss Elaine Thompson. Definitely. Not only that, what they have done, basically, because I worked on champs for years with the KC people and everything, and they have given us a platform now as a Jamaican people throughout the diaspora that no money could ever buy. Trust me. Definitely. The whole 7 billion people on the planet is not looking at us.
Yes, definitely.
We got to be careful of things we do.
They're taking
use it as a very positive sense.
Definitely, they're taking notice, and you know, it's a great thing. Let me tell you why that question came up about if they look like us, because I recognize some names here, Kong, Lee, and those names. And for your father, Prince Buster, to break into the business at that time with such force and I mean such impact, it must have been a good thing and a great thing for Prince Buster back then, eh?
Not only him, it inspired. See, he's from Western Kingston, which was what they call the Wild West. It influenced all them young children. Say, "Oh, Prince Buster did it, and he's black just like me and you. I can do it." It was an inspiration that led to aspiration. So it's not only for his own self or granddad or his family. The other producers, other business entrepreneur, prospective entities start to say, wow, let me step in. I can remember people coming from the country parts like Montego Bay coming to say, Mr. Prince Buster, I want to buy a couple of jukeboxes from you and I want to get them installments. And they used to buy 3-4 jukeboxes and find a way to take back to Montego Bay to dem it all over. They come to him. So he did it, man. Trust me, the whole world know he did it. So I'm just here to advocate what he has done and everything. That has inspired me also. Plus, I was right here working along with the business. I grew up in a business. There's no bones about it.
After I play this song, which is a Prince Buster independence song, I want to hear your take on independence in Jamaica, because it may be the same as mine, because I would love Jamaica to come clean on this whole independence thing. But let me just play this song. Voice of the one and only Mr. Prince Buster. Sultan, I would really like to hear your take on independence in Jamaica. What is it?
Wow. I was born before the independence. Well, it is twofold. Are we really independent? This is from studying a lot, UCL and everything, working with congressmen over here, going to a lot of different business factors. I always ask the question, why? And I'm a critical, analytical thinker. I don't just say things because the media tell me that. And from a law background, we do a thing called due diligence. And are we really independent? I think we should ask ourselves that question.
It's a loaded question, you know. It's a loaded question.
There's a Privy Council there, and there's a Governor General. To who they owe their respects. Is it to the people of Jamaica? Those are good questions we got to ask ourselves and be honest with ourselves. Because basically, I don't think we are.
You know, I kind of share those same sentiment in terms of the level of independence that Jamaica do have. And you know, as part of the Commonwealth nations, this is where it gets tricky, Anthony Turner. We are part of the Commonwealth. We have a Prime Minister. We have a Governor General. As a matter of fact, we do have a Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister is not the first family of Jamaica. I wonder if you all know that.
He's not the head of he's not the head of state.
No, listen, hold on. The Prime Minister and his wife is not the first family of Jamaica. The first family of Jamaica resides at King's House. That family make the connection to the Queen of England. So it gets tricky. It gets tricky.
Right on the wrestling, man. You also know that the Governor General, he's the commander for the Jamaica Defense Force. Did you know that?
Yes, he is. He is.
Okay.
And you see, this is where I think we need to sit at the table and have open conversation. Have open conversation with youngsters in Jamaica, Anthony. So those youngsters who don't know where reggae music started can also know that Jamaica is still connected deeply to England. You know, it may offend some people when we speak like this.
Yes.
But the truth is the truth.
Rascal is the time, you know. It's a 26,000 years paradigm circle. See? Right now, people are waking up. Like Brother Bob said, mental slavery. It's one thing to go to school and get masters and PhD, but what do you master? Deception or truth? Ye shall know the truth. Shall is a future tense. Right now, most people are sleeping because their self-organ dies and they acquire mass wealth and everything. But it's beyond that. It's beyond that. Trust me. Because after you gone, leave the scene, is what you have done. Your works, your deeds, like agave. You see? that will stay on, live on, because you'll never die. We just transition, like I said, from ice to water, from water to ice, from a physical being to a spirit. And spirit is energy, never dies. So it's what you do. So we got to go beyond this material. Yes, we need a certain amount of materialism because we live in a capitalistic economy and everything. But then after that, we got to raise the bar, because we are supposed to be not doctors or lawyers and singers. We're supposed to be gods. That's your ultimate mark, is to be gods. So when you're God, you give your ideas, your opinion, and it manifests. Because our job is to be the stewards for the earth. You're all gods.
Right. And Breadman, before you say something, and look at what's happening right now in the United States with Colin Kaepernick. And a lot of people don't even know the true words of the Star Spangled Banner. And there's something on our Facebook page.
They went to school and they have never studied outside of the box.
Right.
The proverbial box of school. Like I said, I've been to the whole university type thing.
Yes.
But that's one thing. I was growing up in a different concept. You got to be critical, analytical, think that to free yourself. Nobody can free you. Freedom is not free. Right. And no one can free you but yourself.
And there's a price. And there's a price for freedom.
Always a price. Are you willing to pay the price? Spend 6 hours in a law library. You got to pay a price.
There is a price.
And
Breadman,
just on that note that you brought up freedom, we were just, the song that you just played, one of the key things I take from the song is where he said, cost of living is going to go up, but all we need to do is put our shoulders to the wheel, which means that we got independence, Prince Buster seen it. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a fight. You don't just get independence and everything is a utopia.
Always a struggle. And the day your father emit that sperm, and the sperm had to climb that waterfall to try to find that egg, and the sperm, my eye, it's a black dot. It's melanin.
Anthony?
Well, one of the things, going back to that 1962, right around the independence time, Derek Morgan actually had recorded a song called Forward March, which was celebrating Jamaica's first independence from Great Britain. And tell us about your dad, because he seemed to not to be in that celebratory mode where he wanted to celebrate independence, and so he recorded that.
Education, like the consciousness, to be aware, to be cognitive. Again, my father came up under some great teachers like the great Marcus Garvey, Lord Elijah Muhammad. You see, when you start to read certain books that's banned from Jamaica, you start about critical thinking. You start thinking outside of the box. And that's why he created ska music, because he wasn't thinking like Cox and Duke. Oh, we got to follow American style. We got to follow the bebop and everything, and the boogie groove and everything. He did something totally antithetical to what you're going on. So they said, listen, Buster, you ain't going to wear that crack music. That's Buster Boop Boop. That's why he got the name Boop. Because they say, the disdain word Buster Boop Boop music. People them follow Buster Boop Boop music. But after a while, he took the whole island over. And not only that, it triggered a sense of pride in the people that just, probably less than 2 years later, the so-called independence thing was working out. So it was like a catalyst for somebody who has a visionary mind, who's here to step outside the line. You got to be willing to step outside of the line. Because Rudyard Kipling said, mark where the minute stops when there's so much room at the top. It's your critical out-of-the-box thinking that's separating from all the rest of people. Brother Bob Marley will tell you that. Prince Buster was the first man to step outside, a major producer, start his own record label.
All right, listen to this, Anthony. Listen to this. I'm going to just touch on 2 quick songs that Prince Buster have to show you the revolutionist that Prince Buster was. And still is. There's a song called Fake King and Police Trim Rasta. Listen to this tune, Anthony.
Oh, wow.
Listen to this tune, Anthony. Now, I leave that one there, Anthony. That one is called Fake King. Now, I turn to this one that says Police Oh, can we say that Bob Marley probably drew some of his inspirations from Prince Buster? Because who knew that Prince Buster had these songs? Anthony, did you know?
Let me say something to Dick right now. If in have you heard about a man called Dr. Walter Rodney?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, he had a book called How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. But in 1968, I accompanied my father, because at that time he was lecturing at the University of West Indies. Just got his PhD, I think, from Oxford and everything. And he made certain conscious statements and everything, and the government got kind of scared. It was under the administration of Mr. Hugh Shearer, and they deemed him persona non grata. My father, myself, and a whole bunch of conscious people walked down King Street and gone with the Glean and Company, protesting the disdain treatment of Dr. Walter Rodney. 1968, I held a card in my hand, walked down that street. My father has always been a revolutionary. He stand up for the downtrodden people, the voice for the voiceless. So the Rasta man thing, it's there. He's done a lot of work. And Mr. Dr. Walter Rodney, trust me, is an icon in our movement of liberation.
Yes.
Don't take that man lightly. Great man. He was living on Wildman Street, not too far from George's, off North Street. And my father did a song for him called Dr. Walter Rodney. Then subsequently, I think the other guy did another song for him also. So the work is there. The history is there. We just need to go in the archives and dig up this work and show it, because a lot of folks don't know my father thing about Rasta, man, and going back to Africa and everything. He was right there. Mortimer Planner was his good friend from Boys Town. It's a lot of history. It's a lot of history.
Wow.
And I heard you play a song by Brother Jimmy Cliff this morning. And I must say this. Back in 1964, there was a ska delegation that left Jamaica to promote ska. The first time ska music went to New York was a 1964 ska delegation. It consisted of Byron Lee, Prince Buster, Eric Montemoris, young Jimmy Cliff, which was also my father, assistant minister in the Nation of Islam. His name was Brother Naheem Bashir. And, of course, your ska dancer up in New York, Alfonso Castro.
You know, when we come back,
there's a picture floating around New York. That's a historical picture when the music first set step in the East Coast. World's Fair 1964.
Yes, right by Shea Stadium. I'm sure Castro is listening. We're going to open the phone lines when we come back after the top of the hour. And the mere fact that you went to the Nation of Islam, we're going to come back. There's a question, that's a burning question. Your relationship with the Nation of Islam. I mean, are you Islamic? I mean, all these things we're going to talk about when we come back. As they say, Anthony, time is longer than rope. And the phone lines is unlocked. Sultan, welcome back. You remember that song?
Oh, come on, man. I can tell you playing drums and the great Hugh Malcolm.
All right. Let's go let's go directly to the
Rodney.
Wow.
Wicked rhythm, man.
Yes,
Murder.
yes, man. Let's go directly to the phone lines. Caller, let's see who's on this line. Good morning, caller. You're live. Say good morning to Sultan Ali.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
How are you today, Mr. Ali?
Thank you, sir.
Good. Quick question. I wanted to ask you, was it Brother David that converted your father into a Muslim when he was a boxer?
Repeat that, please, sir.
I was asking you, was it Brother David that converted your father into the Muslim religion when he became a boxer?
The question is
it was brother Mohammed Cassius at the time when they met in England. He took him to Honorable Elijah Mohammed, and then everything else went viral.
So
wow.
At what point did Brother David play in there?
Brother David used to be at the mosque with us, back in the day. The same with Brother Jimmy Cliff. Like I said, Jimmy Cliff was his assistant for the Caribbean. His Islamic name was Brother Naim Bashir. But Brother Dawud used to do what? Huh?
He wants to know, was there a mosque in Jamaica at the time?
Yes, 47 Charles Street. Second floor,
47 Charles Street, that is where?
Are you aware of Elm Street and Charles Street? You 120, so you make a right.
Whatever happened to your brother Tutu?
That's my uncle, Uncle Rod.
Yeah, your uncle.
Wow, this man.
He's deceased. He's passed. He has passed.
This man seems to know a lot about the family.
Man, you know the original take before Prince even become a musician, a retired man.
Thanks for your contribution.
Good, man. Respect, man. Yeah, great.
Way back before Derek even used to work for him.
Okay, thanks.
Great.
Yes, man. We don't want to go there, sir. Thanks for your contribution.
But we're just going to ask you also, did he ever work for Downbeat?
Yeah, man. He used to work at Coxton and Jukrit. That's why he got his start.
Okay, all right, cool.
Thank you very much.
We know before that, but we don't want to go there, sir.
So, caller, wait, before you leave, what is your name?
That's not important. Let's just leave everything like it.
Okay, hold on. One more question. Are you a regular listener to Groovin Radio?
100%. Cause me know you and you know me, but you know I don't know by name. I don't know by face.
All right, sir. No problem. Thank you very much.
So I tell him enough respect.
Yes.
Because you know if I don't live up Orange Street.
All right.
The Music Street, the Beat Street,
the little poorhouse place next door. I forget the name of the place.
All right, sir. All right.
Penny Lodging.
You know you're talking about, man. Orange Street. You know you're talking about.
Say no more. Say no more. Peace. Guidance. Yeah, man. One love. Let's go to this next caller. Caller, you're live. Say your piece. Say good morning. Caller?
Hello?
Yes, say your piece, please. Go ahead. It's your time.
Sound familiar.
Hello.
Yes.
Young Prince.
Yes.
Yes, man. Peace. How you doing?
Keelan Beckford, man. Keelan Beck. How you doing, man?
Hold on.
Oh, wow. I was just talking about us on the show with Derek Morgan in Florida.
That was a great show, man. That was a great show. Yeah. But what I want you to remind the people that your father was the first one who recorded a weed tune, dry weed. A lot of people don't know that.
Yes. There are some. With Carolina, dry weed. Yeah.
Dry weed
and there's a song called Ganja Plant also.
Yeah. Lots of people don't know that.
Ganja Plant.
So Keelan, I kind of lose off of you, you know. Let me tell you why I lose off of you know. Because you have the big tune down at Brooklyn and you hold on upon it. Dry weed and you never send it. Come give me Keelan.
What? I was in Brazil. I just get back from Brazil, you know.
It's okay. Keelan.
I was here last week.
Keelan.
Yesterday he was there last week.
All right, sir. I'm going to pardon you. So you know my email address, all right?
Yeah, man. Anything you want, you just call me, you know, you'll get it.
Keelan Beckford. Yes, man.
Great Theophilus Beckford to play for all of my father great songs, them.
All right, sir.
Yeah, that's my uncle, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Great, man.
The phone lines are locked up, gentlemen. Let's move to Thanks, Keelan. Thanks.
All right, Rusty.
Blessed love. Let's move to this next caller. Caller, good morning. Say good morning to Sultan Ali. Caller.
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead. Say good morning to Sultan.
Hey, good morning, Sultan. This is Brother James, Jerry's son.
Whole family. We're a musical family. Are you doing, Mr.
Yes, sir. And, Brother Sultan, when we talk about the class system exists in Jamaica, you talk about the 1964 ska explosion at the World Fair. Don't forget that all the members of the Scatterlight go to their grave in totally discontent and felt rejected because the band, if you read Jimmy Cliff's book, the band that should have been there to represent ska was the Scatterlight. Byron Lee don't know anything about ska.
Definitely, no question asked. Definitely, yeah.
But they didn't send the Scatterlight because they're a downtown band. Thiago was the Minister of Culture, and he sent Byron Lee, and Byron Lee should not have been there. Any book like Jimmy Cliff or Eric Montemari.
That's true words. True words, Mr.
I want to say something to you, Sultan.
Go ahead.
About the rivalry between Prince Buster and Derek Morgan. And I think you said a little about it. People don't know that the band that was backed in Derek Morgan at Beverly Records was the same band that was a Prince Buster All-Star. Which was
that's what caused the rivalry.
It's the same band.
Drum ship and took the band to Beverly's because you're paying more money. That's what caused the rivalry.
Wow, Anthony. Class, hold on, James.
Listen to this, Sultan, and you probably aware. My mother told me when Prince Buster first started and he was doing rehearsal of the band, they used to rehearse at the Baby Grand Hotel, and they used to reserve there late at night because they have to wait till the hotel function is over.
Yes,
I didn't even know that.
Drum bigger face, you said.
James, there's a lot of calls, and I want to get as much. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, man. TFC Fortis family. Fortis.
Listen, leave the Fortis thing out of this, man. Sure.
Love you very much.
All right. Let's move to the next call. Good morning, caller. You've been waiting a while. Say your name and good morning to Sultan.
My name is L.C. Cook. I'm the brother of the late Sam.
Rascal.
Hold on.
Uncle LC, let me tell you who this man is now.
Uh-huh.
LC Cook is on the line. I'm getting a goosebump right there. Do you know who Sam Cook is?
Yes.
Well, it's a Sam Cook brother. LC
Whoa.
Cook, love you, uncle.
Whoa.
This is Sam Cook's brother calling from Chicago.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you. The great Sam. I told you, Sam Cook last week is the man. Did I tell you that?
Yes, you did. You did say that.
Family.
Yeah.
I'm like a nephew to him.
Wow,
and
Anthony.
For LC Sam, my dad in the 60s.
It's a global thing.
This.
I had a wonderful time when I went to Kingston. I was
Wow.
with him for 31 days. I was with Prince Buster every day.
Wow.
And every day he treated me like a king.
Wow.
Wouldn't
Wow.
let me spend a dime.
You're giving
Told me my
me
money was counterfeit.
you're giving me goosebumps right now to know that we can talk to Sam Cook's brother.
Father so much. Tell him.
That's who that is.
Yeah, we had a wonderful time. Like I said, I was with him every day for 31 days.
Wow.
And he had a little running buddy with him named Packeye. And he was the king of the dance over there.
Western Kingston.
They had a dance called the Sky at that time. And Packeye was the king of the sky.
All right.
Wow.
And every day for 31 days, I had the pleasure to be with Prince Buster.
Right.
I mean, he showed me a wonderful time.
Well, let me say this to you. LC Smith Cook. Your brother, Sam Cook. He has served us well. He has done so much. Sam Cook has done so much for us. I mean, you look at the time that Sam Cook was in this game and what he has contributed to this game. I am honored this morning to even hear, Anthony, the voice of Sam Cook's brother on Groovin Radio.
Thank you.
LC Smith. Wow. Maybe we should just end the program here, man. Oh, my God. I can't believe this. Yes.
Last week I told you I was going to work on something.
Wow. Mr. Cook, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. And
Uncle, love you, Uncle.
I love you too, nephew.
all right, we're gonna talk soon. Sultan, I have to talk to you. All right, so let's move to this next call. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good morning. Say good morning to Sultan Ali.
Good morning, Sultan Ali.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
This is Alfonso Castro from...
Okay.
Mr. Castro, good morning.
Good morning, panel. Good morning, Rascal.
Morning, sir. How you doing?
The old days, Sam Cook came to Jamaica at the Rainbow in Tree, and they have a cha-cha contest. So they put us out there, a lot of us, and I just won the contest, and Sam Cook just called me up and say, "You won the contest, Castro." And boy, and from there on, I just love my Sam Cook. I met Sam Cook brother to that time in that same era, and proud of what I did for the ska. And 1964, I came here with Prince Buster and Monty Morris, Jimmy Cliff, and a few other people, and represent Jamaica. And I give the term ska ambassador for all of us to Sir Edward Seago and Corey and his wife and the rest of them. So I did a lot for the ska.
Yeah.
6 months ago, Sultan come here and spend 9 days by me at the house here, and we sit down and plan up this for it to come out like this today. And I tell him it's going to be like this, and boy, tears coming to my eyes right now, cousin. For what's happened? Getting so much phone call from morning from Sir Castro this morning. The phone is ringing because I brought the ska to this country, to Trinidad, all over the world. I mean, I'm talking about the singing now, the dancing for the people them to dance the ska. I even taught Muhammad Ali the ska plus a dance, a shuffle called Muhammad Shuffle. That shuffle like you see shuffle and knockouts. Listen, that was my dance. at the Teresa Hotel in New Orleans.
All right, Castro. Boy, I know you have a lot to share, but Anthony, it's amazing. It's amazing where this has all turned now. And before you all go this morning, I just want Sultan to talk about, because one of the first caller mentioned how and when did your dad became a Muslim, and now we heard the connection with Muhammad Ali. I personally didn't know that. So, Sultan, at this time, and thank you very much for your contribution, Castro.
Thank you very much to listen to me, you all on the panel, and you all have blessed day. One love, as Count Babu does say.
Yes, man. Give thanks. Sultan, we want to talk about your dad's relationships then with even Muhammad Ali. I mean, it's amazing, huh?
Wow. Trust me, I tell you. My father was truly, truly blessed. Ali loved him. He loved Ali. Minister Farrakhan, Malcolm X, you name it. I can remember going to the mosque, studying the books and everything every Sunday, FOI and everything. And I can remember going to school one morning, and I was stopped by the so-called security and the JDF and the police constabulary force. They came and raided my father's house and took all the Islamic books. There's a lot of issue to our people, Mr. Rascliffe. It was sent by the Prime Minister Shearer, Prince Buster, to introduce an alien religion to Jamaica, and he considered him to be a subversive at that time. So he fought them legally in the court system. There was an attorney called Mr. Frank Fitz, and he finally won the case. There's a lot of things in history. The same thing that Muhammad Ali did in America by denying the draft, the Vietnam draft. My father did the same thing in Kingston, Jamaica. So he just said, hey, somewhat a dichotomy and everything. So Ali took him to, but at that time he was not Ali, it was Cassius Clay. My father at that time was Cecil Campbell, okay? Took him to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And then because, again, he was a star in the public side and everything, they said, listen, this is the right man to go promote Islam in Jamaica. My father had all these buildings and everything, and he devoted one in the middle of the building, one second floor, to the mosque. And that's where Brother Jimmy used to come every Sunday. Like I tell you, his name is Naheem Bashir. So it's great, wonderful thing. Not only that, Brother Sam Cooke was on his way to the nation before he got killed again, because he was coming in, again, it's called consciousness. He was coming into consciousness, and then he loved that song so much that was written by the great, this guy, this older, How Many Roads Must a Man Walk Down? Remember that song? Yeah. He was influenced by that song, Bob Dylan song. Yes, Bob Dylan song. And Sam Cooke always think that song should have been written by a black man. Okay? And that's what catapulted him to write a change is gonna come.
Hold on now. And Sultan, boy, we're still gonna have to talk soon again, because, you look at it, Anthony. Today, ska is still very, very popular. And you look at the numbers of Caucasian bands that have taken over ska. Jamaican
people don't know what they have. You step outside the little small borders of Jamaica and see. Listen, even Richard Stevens called me from Jamaica one day to collab. He said, man, he went to Germany with gentlemen, and when he saw something like 90,000 people dancing, he blew his mind. And he got introduced to this by Dennis Brown protege, so to speak. Now he did a whole ska album. I said, look at that. Trust me. Full surface. Where the surface begins, it must end.
Sultan.
Put Jamaica on the map, and nobody can. I just go back to that. Simple. Natural circle of life. 360 degrees.
Wow. There is also a ska festival, Anthony, which you and I have spoken about. Andrew have spoken about this, and it's amazing that it's all white bands, all Caucasian bands, and people
don't know what we have. Back in Africa, we used to keep the diamonds around like marbles, and they come, oh, that's diamond. You understand that?
Wow.
That's what's happening. Consciousness, wake up time.
The mere fact that we went there, and a change must come, Breadman. A change. If you tell me, I will forget. If you teach me, I will remember. Involve me, and I will learn. And that is why your involvement this morning, Sultan Ali, and last week, Saturday morning's involvement in Groovin Radio is so priceless. I am honored to have reached out to you. I am honored to have hosted you these last 2 weeks right here on Groovin Radio. And I'm sure Breadman and Anthony will echo the same sentiment and said we have learned so much. I've heard the name for quite some time. And Sultan, I personally did not know that the depth of your knowledge and all what you have shared over the last 2 weeks would have wake up New York City. Wake up all those old folks who are calling names that I've never even heard of, Anthony. And street corners and places in Jamaica that I have no idea existed. Tell me that there was a mass in Jamaica and I'll tell you that you're a liar. But to hear it coming from Sultan Ali, the son of Prince Buster this morning, Anthony, it confirmed and it reconfirmed that we have been through so much and we as Jamaicans has contributed so much. And I wonder why. Others don't see it fit to join force in educating our kids. And I say education is the key. As I said, tell me and I will forget. Teach me and I will remember. Involve me and I will learn. Thank you for your involvement in Groovin Radio this morning, Sultan Ali. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, and I must say this. There is some unsung hero. This is the polarity of life, the yin and the yang. There are some people in my life that I must give some respects to, as far as my maternal side and my paternal side. My grandfather, Mr. Fitz Egbert Campbell, a genius, highly intellectual man, who came out of hail from St. Mary, who came to Kingston and everything, working on the railroads, and then met my father's mother, who came out of St. Thomas, Miss Olive Campbell, who became Olive Hall. And my maternal side now, my Mr. Aston Bonton, a worker at longshoreman, so to speak, in Jamaica.
Right.
And, of course, this little black woman that looks just like Harriet Tubman. She hailed from the parish of Clarendon, a place called Mocha, okay? Could not read nor write, but what she has taught me.
Right.
And she raised me up, and I must give her reference. Everything that woman has taught me, I went to university, that, trust me, cannot compare with the truth that she gave me. Because she got it from the master. She didn't go to the European school, so she was not brainwashed. She didn't say Jesus, she said Massa God.
Massa God.
Different thing. It's a different thing, okay? So I must give her credit. Plus, all my father big time dances. You can ask Cash with all people. Because it's all jubilee. Because the real dancer was scared.
Yeah, definitely.
So, they must understand they come for this, the dance hall where they going right now, beat him and but the real dance hall was scared. So, to all jubilee. My job in the dance hall
Sultan,
was to walk around and pick up the empty beer bottles before they got smashed so my father could recycle for the next coming dance.
Wow, Sultan.
My mother used to be at the gate, right there, North Street, if you know North Street, King Street, close to the collecting the money and everything. My uncle used to sell the red stripe there and the hot Guinness in the bar. My grandmother, that little black woman.
Sultan, we're running out of time.
Water.
We're running.
Brown.
Yeah.
So please, I'm asking you, Breadman, Anthony Turner, Mr. Rasclem. Let's all say this word together.
Yes, man.
3.
Yeah, man.
El Seda Brown. Her name was Miss El Seda Brown.
All right.
3.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Miss El Seda Brown.
Yes. Bless you, Grandma. Love you.
Breadman, make myself your life is not a dead man.